Sometimes, like, some women are just, like, very strange. Out of boredom, they can just do it, or probably blackmail or something like that.
Lack of satisfaction in the man that the person married.
Indiscipline, that's just it. I don't think I have any other thing to say. You can't tell me because your man is cheating, that's a reason why you should cheat, or because you can't control yourself, that's why you cheat. To me, I just feel it's indiscipline.
The major reason why they cheat is actually because they decide to cheat. Because I feel everything that happens in life is about decision.
The husband being insensitive to the woman's needs.
Well, basically, people feel it's natural for men to cheat. But for women, I don't really get it. It's either they're trying to pay back to the man, like for cheating on her, or maybe the man is not actually showing a caring attitude towards her. So she goes outside and she's trying to explain to another guy who actually takes advantage of that, and something happens.
Insecurity, fear.
Maybe they feel neglected by their spouse. They feel they are not being satisfied. Sexually, finance can also be a problem.
There's nothing a woman wants more in a man than security. If she can't get it from a man, and let's assume she's finding it difficult to express that to a man, that she can no longer continue with it, but she's getting it in a lump sum from a friend, it's very likely that she'll fall from the friend for the friend.
I think some women cheat because of lack of companionship. I actually have a friend recently that confided in me that she will, if their husband do not change, she will need to go out. And I was saying that will not be a substitute for it. So when some women, in my own thinking, are neglected, they might be vulnerable to cheating.
I would say dissatisfaction. Physical dissatisfaction, emotional dissatisfaction, sexual dissatisfaction included. You know, when women are very, very emotional beings, stereotypically anyway, and they need their men to be there for them. Now, when you fail to be there emotionally and you fail to be there physically with them, it makes them just look for alternatives to it. And also, of course, sexual satisfaction. It's also paramount.
In my own scale of 1 to 10, I believe women are the one who causes women to cheat.
Why do you think so?
We are not always contented with what we have, and with that, we leave chance for insecurity for them, and they feel they should also do the same.
I guess it is back in fashion. Because it happens all over the place these days.
Yeah, I will not say it's back in fashion. Adultery has always been there, even from Bible days. Only that we may say we are becoming more westernized. So those things that culture or even Christianity make us to put on the background because of too much. Maybe all this express yourself, social media is helping. People now want to be vocal about even things that are bad. They try to, in the form of trying to express themselves, to be liberal. They now try to find a way to paint it, to make it look like it's what's up. So that's why I think it's looking like it's coming back, but it has always been there. It's just that, you know, the media and everything has made it more popular, and the celebrities, in quote, are not helping matters. So you see how they cross over. So it looks like it's the in thing to cheat or to commit adultery, but we know that it's clearly something bad and Bible is against. And this kind of media is where we say we still have 7,000 that have not bowed to Baal, who will say no to adultery. And that's our message.
There is no justification for adultery. As much as it is painted like there's a lot of justification, you see a lot of drama clips, you see a lot of scripts that seem to encourage and justify and make it look right. They in fact, what they say, they don't even call it adultery. I think when we begin to use that term adultery again, we begin to see it as a sin. Usually what it's called is they hooked up or whatever. So, you know, it's kind of painted pretty, but there's really nothing pretty about it. And I would say yes, it definitely is back. You know, it's such an issue right now. It is.
Is it true that it's easier for women to hide the fact that they're cheating than men?
1, 2, go.
Yes.
Okay, so same answer.
Easier for a man. Yes. It's easier for a man than for a woman.
Yes. Yes, because I think women, they know how to act more than men. They know how to act, everything is going on well, more than men. Why? The guy is a little thing he does. We ladies can easily find out, unlike the guys. Yeah.
Is it true that it's easier for men, or rather for women, to hide that they're cheating than men? So if a man is cheating, it's more likely to be obvious than a woman. Yes or no?
Yeah.
Which of these 3 reasons is more likely to make a woman cheat? 1, revenge. 2, boredom. 3, sexual addiction. 1, 2, go.
Revenge.
Okay. Well, who said revenge?
I said revenge.
Who said boredom? Okay, so I guess everybody has different perspective.
Revenge.
Loneliness.
Okay.
It should be boredom.
If you're bored, there are so many things to help keep yourself busy. Too many things. You have a good family, you have books, you have the social media is there. Just get yourself busy. You can't tell me because you are bored, you decide to take for sex. This is, how will I put it now? You're having sex because you're bored. It doesn't make sense, except if it's going to be with the right partner, your partner. That's after the holy matrimony, not just before holy matrimony. So you can't tell me because you are bored, that's why you have sex. To me, it doesn't make sense.
I think it's a societal thing. People believe that as men, that a man can have 5 wives, 10 wives, and get away with it. But a woman, when you have like 2 husbands, like, okay, are you serious? How would that happen? So that's why it's just a societal mentality. But anyone could cheat. Yeah.
Well, I think it's a phase, in the sense that, just discussing the other day with my wife, she tried to educate me that just as men have feelings, women have feelings as well. Even women's feelings are more emotional, are more fragile. So I don't think it's a right thing to just think it's a man thing or a woman thing. It's both genders, and they both have feelings.
Because it has been the nature of a man
to cheat.
Yes.
It's in their nature to cheat. You've forgotten that you're a man, no? So it's in your nature to cheat.
It has happened before, so.
It's a tradition thing. You know, it's never really been the norm to see a woman cheat in a relationship. Somehow, tradition seems to justify it. And so everybody just expects, oh, it's okay, it's a normal thing for a man to cheat. And they don't see it as a big deal. For me, it's such a big deal. Male or female, cheating is cheating. There's no double standard for it.
Cheating is synonymous with the men. So I think that's why when a man cheats, it's overblown. It's like, nobody really tends to, because it's a man's world. But once a woman, our culture, our tradition does not really expect a woman, because there's this adage that says it is only a woman that knows the biological father of a child. But a man does not get pregnant in this context. A woman gets pregnant. So when a woman cheats, the challenges is more. Unwanted pregnancy and all, but for a man, he does it and goes scot-free. But for the woman, it's never like that.
It's because men do things much more obviously than women. Women, most of them, it's so difficult to get them. They know how to pretend, they know how to have their way around things, but men are not as good as women in that aspect. Okay, so we don't really know how to hide things or pretend like women do. And then like a Yoruba adage, I would say the English version, is that men are wise, but women are cunning. So like that. So that's why. So but I feel personally that the perception is very true. men cheat much more than women.
Yeah, that is true. In fact, we often joke that somebody can drop your wife at home and you will thank the man, not knowing that the man is cheating with the woman. Because, yes, there's that tendency, that tendency for somebody to just think that the men are out there, they have been labeled cheaters, but the women subtly can cheat and cover it up completely. And the man is still thanking, how you gave my wife a lift, oh, that colleague in office that helped her finish her work, and a lot is going on under, So, but generally, we should be more prayerful and come to meetings like this to help us to discuss these things. I like the fact that we focus on women cheating today in the discussion other than men, so that we'll point to people like this happens. So in case there is something that we are neglecting in terms of meeting a woman's emotional need, spiritual need, we should also look at that to help women to cope. Sometimes also, husband too busy, not giving the woman attention, and one thing will lead to another.
Everybody is at a risk of having an affair. Everybody is prone to it. You go out every day and the temptation is there, really. But it's when you begin to understand that what you have is not just a contract. You don't see marriage as a contract anymore. It goes beyond being a contract. It's a covenant. When you understand that marriage is a covenant, then you know that you don't break a covenant just anyhow. And you don't go with your feelings. It's much more than that. Love is a decision. That's why the Bible says to you that you should love your enemies. If it was an easy thing to do, it wouldn't be said offhandedly like that. It is a decision thing. It's not a feeling thing.
Temptation is unavoidable. Okay? But sin is inexcusable. Yeah. You're tempted, but if you trust God, He will help you out of the temptation. And you don't have to fall into that sexual sin. I want to let you know that without the help of the Holy Spirit, you really cannot live above sexual sins and marital unfaithfulness. Because you are human. You have blood, you have hormones, okay, you have emotions to take care of, but the grace of God can support you. So you need a very strong spiritual weapon. You need a weapon of faith, you need a breastplate of righteousness, you need the God of God, what Paul calls putting on the whole armor of God.